Okay, I'm doing both. Well, these questions will be saved. What about pulling the one with all the goals with the onion rings on it?
Great question. So this is a lot harder to control because the center of gravity is a lot higher now that all these rings are stacked on it. It's a lot more unstable. So if you want to move this while it has rings on it, that's going to be a lot more challenging. Again, I don't think it's a question of how much force it takes to pull it. I think it's a question of stability and how good your grip is. So if I stabilize this with my two hands, I can pull it really easily. But if I try to pull it just from one finger, it kind of flops all over the place.
All right. How heavy is the wobble goal? 9 ounces. Can you throw some rings in the frisbee style and see how they fly? Oh, you want to frisbee a few rings?
Yeah.
I'll get a shot.
I'm a mathlete, not an athlete. I'm not very good at this, but we'll take an attempt.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Where do I need to throw these from?
Let's say you do it from
where the.
Oh, you can do full court shots, yeah. Or if you want to go halfway, we can. Let's try full court shots first.
All right, we're gonna pretend I'm a robot.
Okay, well done. There we go. Here we go. Go for it.
The high goal is hard. They fly pretty well though. Aiming's the hard part. High goal.
Okay, so I'll do from back here. Shoot blue. Let's see. There we go. So let's see if I get high goal. Let's try the broken one. Maybe it'll clip on. Oh, that's worse. Oh, okay. Ring toss game. Okay. Oh, that's too far. I just hit a human. I hit a referee. Go for it. Oh wait. Oh. I'm gonna be FRC right now. I'm aiming for the. Oh, nope. Nope. Power cell goal. So yeah, we'll sail. Question, can you throw, okay, how much does the ring weigh? I think it's in the game manual, don't remember. How well do they fly? How smooth is the surface of the rings and how bouncy are the rings? Okay, so we're gonna keep playing with the rings. And if you have any other ring questions and want us to push the limit of rings, go ahead. We're recording now, so it'll be worth it.
All right, so there was a question on how bouncy are they?
Yeah.
Let's do some bounce testing. And for reference, I'm about 5'1", so this is less than 5 feet that they're dropping from. They're bouncing a couple inches. We do some tests from maybe a goal height. This is probably 3.5 feet. Again, they're bouncing a couple inches.
Yeah.
And then let's do some from more of a robot height. They don't bounce much at all. And this is the bouncy direction. If they land on the side of the ring, they don't bounce much at all if they drop circle side down.
Oh, okay. Oh. How smooth are they? Now, how would you describe this smoothness?
So, for those of you who have played with foam game pieces before, or even Nerf balls at home, it reminds me a lot of that Nerf ball, poof ball texture. So let's do a real close-up shot.
Okay, it's gonna zoom. Oh, look at that.
So the surface finish right now for these new rings is quite smooth. It's a little bit of a rubbery texture on the top coating. It's squishy, but not super squishy.
It's a little slick too, I think.
It is kind of slick, but if you've played with any of these rubbery foam game pieces before, you know they get chopped up a lot when you play with them. So we did some playing around to see, do they fail? How do they fail? You can see the inside surface, again, is this orangey foam. You can see that the inside foam is a lot rougher than the surface. Pretty.
There it goes. All right, it's focused. There we go.
Pretty high density. There's not a lot of
HD
big
right there.
pores or holes in there. And you can see they started cracking. We just were playing with this, twisting it around like it might get twisted in a robot. So I don't think they're going to stay smooth and pristine. I don't know exactly where first is going to draw the line on what gets reused yet. I don't think they'd put something like this into a match. But you might get something that has kind of a bumpy surface where some of this coating is flaked off.
Are they, and this is a follow-up here, are they more slippery than the Sky Stones? So that was different plastic, so that was the...
Yeah, it's hard to make a comparison between that. It's a very different surface. I wouldn't describe this as slippery, though. I don't think slippery is a good word. It's smooth, but...
The glossy smooth? I don't think that makes sense.
I think because it's squishy, whatever device you use to pick it up, there's going to be some friction there that ends up holding it in place because it deforms around any wheels or gripper that you would use to pick it up.
We had a question, how much do the rings squish in any given direction? Okay, so I'm doing this.
We need like a caliper or something.
Yeah, we need a hydraulic press. That's a different YouTube channel. All right, well, there's the clanky things are by the monitor in the back. We'll get some of those. There was another question in chat while Ellen's getting this. What about if I throw rings at that divider between the goal sections to see if they bounce back? Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay, so you got, this is like the big metal thingy, and this is just cardboard. So if I do this, well, let's see if I get a good shot. Let's see. No. Okay, you got that bounce? There we go. Flip that. So if you did okay, I'm trying to do it flat. So yeah, okay, that was a good bounce. So if you hit it like that, it's probably gonna bounce back. Let's see the cardboard up here. Yeah, that was a good shot. Cardboard up here. Oops. Cardboard. Okay, so it's flopping a little bit. It's not gonna. It doesn't seem to bounce for just bad shots. Okay, so it's a little bit more flexible. And this is that cardboard. This ain't moving right here. Okay. The question was, how much can you push this, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to try to quantify that a little more. You can see the outer diameter of this is about 3/4 of an inch thick. The inner diameter, you can see is smaller. That's about 3/8 of an inch thick. So let's kind of depress it and see what happens. So I can squish that 3/4 inch part down to about 1/2 inch. So it depresses by about 33%, right, from 3/4 to 1/2. And these rings are a little less than an inch wide when you look at this thickness.
Let's see.
I can get that down to maybe 5/8.
Okay.
So yeah, without a huge amount of effort, you can squish it about 33%.
All right.
To 66% of its original size.
Are they more slippery than the Sky Stones? Can you slide the rings in the field and see how they slide across the surface?
Great question.
Did the ring take any damage from the edge? Oh, when I hit that edge? Okay, so Ellen, you want to slide the rings first?
Yeah.
It did not take any damage, I saw, but I'm going to try it. Okay. Oh yeah, it's.
So I'm making quite a bit of effort to push it, but you can definitely slide it across the whole field.
Oh yeah.
But that's with me making an effort to move it horizontally. If I just nudge it with my finger, it can still go a ways.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I don't see any damage in the ones I threw.
I think the damage is really going to come from them getting stuck in robot parts.
Let's go. Let's see if I can just. Wait, you don't see this. Okay. Damage? It's just some scuffed dirt stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. If I did it right here, I'm gonna destroy this car. So. Nah, we're pretty good. It's just a little dirty.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue is going to be robot interaction, where it gets stuck on metal or brushed against pieces of metal.
All right. So, any other questions, or if I missed one, can you please type it again? Go ahead. What do you want us to do to these things? Hockey looks like hockey puck sliding when the ring was sliding. LOL.
They do slide pretty easily.
All right, so what else can we do to this field? I can talk about building the field. Does anyone want me to show off that, or you have any comments in chat? This is like teaching, where I don't see you and I don't know if people are listening. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that validation. Type 1 in chat if you hear me. I think there's actually a delay though, like I think the live stream's about a minute, so type 1 in chat still. There we go. That's only about 30 seconds. All right, cool. Okay, real questions. Did the ring take any damage from the edge? No, it looks hot. If you step on them, does it leave a footprint? Okay. No.
Not on mine.
Not on mine. No. Okay. I got this old metal cart right here, so I'm going to roll it. We're going to roll it over these wheels. So let's see what it does. This is my streaming setup. Don't steal the graphics card. Had that happen. All right, it's not rolling over. Hold on. Let's go. Oh, not my foot. No, okay, it's not going to work. I'm going to pull the monitor. I'm going to break something. Let's not do that.
We can put a chair on it.
Can you slide a Tetrix flat piece under the ring? Oh, like under the ring? Oh, try to pick it up with like the flats, right? I can go grab some. You want me to go get some? All right. So so Ellen, you're going to be in charge. I'm going to go to my room. I'm going to grab some Tetrix flats and try to pick them up.
Okay.
But you can answer the question, can the ring topple over the opponent's wobble goal, and is it illegal? I don't know game-specific rules. I didn't read it yet.
So I just put this ring under a pretty sharp edge of a chair and sat on it and kind of smashed it around a bit, and I don't see any kind of indentations or damage. So hopefully that addresses that question.
All right, I'm going to go get some Tetrix. If there's something else you need, let me know.
So yeah, in terms of game rule questions, our recommendation at this point, we've read the rules, we've looked at them once, but we're not experts yet, and we haven't gotten any kind of clarifications from our first headquarters yet. So for game rule questions, go to the FTC forums, enter your questions there, and you'll get an official answer from the official FTC Game Design Committee. So that is your best resource for rules questions. How well do the wobble goals bounce on the mats? Let's test that. All right, so this is a wobble goal drop test. Right now the wobble goal is about 2 feet off the ground, and it bounces by a couple of inches. I'm gonna drop it from a lower height. So just for reference, here it is next to another wobble goal. So I don't know this exact dimension off the top of my head, but it looks like it's less than a foot tall. So we're dropping this from a height of about a foot. Were you able to see that bounce? So that one only bounced by maybe an inch or two, but you do, depending on how high you drop it from, you do get some bounce before it lands. Also, since one of the endgame options is to place the wobble goal over the wall, let's see how this reacts when it bounces on concrete. So that seems like a good way for us to potentially break it. I don't see any cracks on the underside yet, but it does not bounce very well on concrete. There's also a question, how well do the rings bounce? So we're going to try to do some more ring bounce tests. The rings can be fairly bouncy. I don't know if we got this on the recording earlier, but the rings are more bouncy when they hit with the small side down in this configuration.
I got a Gatorade for you.
So they can bounce a few inches when you drop them this way. When you drop them the other direction, they only bounce a little bit.
And it's okay if there's repeated questions. People are coming in and out. All right, we got flats. So Tetrix, everyone's favorite pieces to build a robot with. They're classic. Here's a flat. Or do you want me to do it with the long? I'll do it with these two. Why not? They're a little messed up, a little bent, used, as to be expected with Tetrix. So, all right. I'm gonna try to pick it up. Oh, it didn't work. Let's see. No, can't. Okay, so sure, like teams are. Let's see. Well, I guess if you do this. Oh, even if you tried like wall, I guess if you put it up against a wall.
Or
sure.
if you had a piece of your gripper that held it in place in front.
Oh yeah, and then you could. Oh geez, I didn't launch it well. I think I'll launch it right here. Let's see. All right, flip it. That's close. All right, so didn't seem like it worked very well. Or you could like a grippy thing, you think? Or you could.
So if you wanted to try to pick it up with Tetrix, not that I'm trying to solve the problem for you, but I think the only reasonable way to make it work would be if you used a vertical surface like the wall or a piece of your gripper to hold the ring in place. Then you could maybe slide something underneath. But, so let's do it sideways so you can see what's happening. Even with the thickness of this piece, it wants to get stuck on the ring and compress the ring a little. So it does kind of get stuck before you're able to slide the Tetrix piece underneath, if that mechanism makes sense. And because of that, without a vertical surface to hold it in place, you're just going to end up pushing it along the field.
If you do. Okay. There. Okay. I'm going to send it. Let's see what I got. Okay, that didn't work.
That's not bad. It went pretty far.
All right. All right, chat, what do you say?
So there was a question about if there are mechanism wheels, can the rings get stuck and rip? I've seen mechanism wheels tear apart the foundation last year. I would say absolutely yes. We were just playing around with this with our hands. We were able to rip this a lot more easily than I expected. I did a demonstration. I was like, I'm not very strong. I won't be able to pull this apart, and we were able to rip it. We also twisted it like this, and that led to some cracks that eventually led to it ripping. So yeah, if you're not careful how you use these, they will break pretty easily.
Yeah, if you, it seems like, yeah, you flex them too much, you're gonna be buying more. You get one spare per kit, so.
There's a question, can you spin the ring forwards as you drop it? I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that.
You're like I'm flipping it, like that, like the.
Or are you talking about the other direction, like applying a horizontal spin like a frisbee throw? The frisbee throw approach works pretty well, if that's the question.
Yeah, scissor just stickily or whatever your name. If you want to clarify what you want with that. Surgically. I don't know. Wow. So, I don't know. Spin the ring forwards or like as you drop. Well,
I mean, you could spin it this way too. It's not that hard as long as you have a gripper that can do that to get it to spin that way.
I mean, one thing to know, folks, when human players are dropping it in, they just got to throw it in that, they got to drop it in those little returns there. You don't get to like put spin on it or anything. So, I don't know.
There's a question about wobble goals too. Do you know if we can put rings on the wobble goal and put it over the wall? And in terms of rule legality, I think the answer to that is yes, but that's read the manual and ask on the FTC forum. If you're asking if it's physically feasible, we can do a demo of that.
So so you're like you get the front, like the top spin of a basketball when you go in. So like maybe okay, I get it now. So I'm gonna do this. So
that seems like it'd be hard to get in the goal.
Yeah. I guess. So
I think the frisbee type of spin works better.
Here's something. I mean,
there's not a lot of clearance space.
I mean, this flexes, but yeah, you have. This is like the size of the ring with an extra 1/4 inch.
Yeah, so you'd have to be pretty precise if you want to score it in that orientation. There is more space in the middle goal, and then the low goal doesn't have a lot of clearance either.
Are the rings more squishy, the Andy Martin plant windows, wheels, the green ones? Let me find one.
So one of the questions again was to put rings on the wobble goal and put it over the wall. So I think this depends partly how precise you are when you drop it. Well, let's do a drop test and see what happens. So here's a drop test on the foam surface. As you can see, some of the rings fell right off. That was 4 rings on here, and the top one bounced right off. That time it bounced, but it stayed on. So you might have to be careful depending on what height you drop it from. And then here's a drop test on concrete. It doesn't bounce as much on the concrete. So in terms of that end game maneuver, when you want to put the wobble over the wall with rings on it, I don't think you have as much to be worried about. Unless you drop it from a very high height. But I think we're risking damage to the wobble and cracking on a concrete surface. So you want to test that at home, make sure you're not breaking it, because that could turn into a rule violation. But yeah, you want to be careful when you put these things down. You could definitely end up having the rings bounce off. I think there was another question there too. How does the wobble goal react to dropping with 2 rings on it? Okay, yeah, we just tested that, so. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The higher you drop it from, the higher your risk.
Actually, I think there are. Okay.
How thick is the cap on top of the wobble? Let's measure it.
I'm going upstairs for a wheel. I think I got some. Those green wheels. Let's go more box. Maybe a box.
So we're going to take some wobble goal measurements. So the stem on the wobble goal, I don't know if you can see this, but it's just about 1 inch wide. And then if you want to know the height of this rubber cap, it's also just about 1 inch tall. In terms of the height of how long this stem is, it looks like it's about 9.5 inches long. And then the wobble piece at the bottom is, I can't measure it through the center because the stem part is there, but it looks like it's about 8 inches diameter. And then the height of the wobbly part at the bottom is about 3 inches. So hopefully that answers that question.
So I don't have greens, but I have Reds.
We also got kind of Tetrix flat piece slide under a wobble roll. Let's try that.
Oh, motion components. Oh, that'd be wheels.
So I am attempting to slide a Tetrix flat piece under a wobble goal. It works a little bit better than it did with the rings, but you can see just by itself, it has a tendency to push the goal along with it. Eventually, the goal does get centered on top of the flat piece. So it's something you probably want to play around with at home. It's not a perfect solution, but you might be able to make it work. It does work more easily with this wobble goal than it did with the ring.
Okay. Someone asked, can you use, I don't have the green wheels, but I got these red ones. They're like a little, they're not as compliant as the green ones. But could you try running 2 green wheels to pull in a ring? So pretend we're intakes or something?
Yeah.
You wish to demonstrate?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Can you do the camera?
Yeah. Okay. We are going to camera right here.
So just in terms of compliance and squishiness, these red ones can compress it fairly well, which lets you get a good grip on it. And I think it could be feasible to use something like this as a pickup mechanism if you were holding these wheels kind of firmly in place along the same track. I could see that working potentially.
All right. The element dimensions, game manual 2. Okay, someone posted a link to someone using it. That's thank you. Go ahead and put that in the Discord too if you can. There's probably some area. How thick is the cap of the top? The cap on the top of the wobble? We can answer that.
Oh, we measured that.
Oh, we did? Okay,
yeah,
we already got
it's
that.
about an inch by an inch.
Yeah. The ring's more squishy than Andy Mark's compliant wheels, the green ones. I mean, they're definitely more squishy than these red ones. Probably the green ones, but I don't have any around here to check.
So here's what it looks like, just squishing the red. Using the same amount of force on these orange things, they're definitely more squishy than the red. If we had some green ones, we would test that for you, but we can't find any.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, they have like 3 colors, I think. I think the red, blue, and green. The red are the most firm. So greens would be the most compliant, or most, yeah. So there you go. If you want something a little squishier, blues, I think it is, that's the middle, and then greens are the most squishiest.
If any of you test that at home, you should post a video in the Discord.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be great. It's a drop in a basketball. Okay. Here. What else? Do we miss something? Go ahead and type it again. Don't be afraid. We might have, but maybe we didn't.
So there's a question asking the red wheels are less squishy than the rings, and yes, from what we've seen, the red wheels are definitely less squishy than these orange game piece rings.
I think they had bought green wheels at some point. Would have been some robots.
Yeah, do we have any on old FTC robots?
I don't remember ever buying green from mine. I always bought red. And I didn't see any upstairs with the other team stuff, so.
What other questions do you all have?
Oh, we can re-record messing with the stand things. I don't know. We did that earlier. We might not have been recording. I don't care. All right, sweet. Oh wait, that was for you. If you want one. Oh, we got the Polaroid camera too.
How close together could we get the compliant wheels and still pick up a ring the way we demonstrated? Let's test that and find out. You want to man the camera?
Oh, yeah. What's it like when a robot pushes a wobble? I'll go grab a robot upstairs after this. All right.
All right, so without applying very much force at all, just trying to have this at the widest points of the ring, you could lift it up, but it's not very stable. So let's measure how close this is in this configuration. It's hard for me to apply the consistent amount of force to hold this in place without having a structure behind it. But it looks like right now these rings are about 4 inches apart, center to center, maybe a little less. I think if you try to compress it more than that, it's going to get difficult to have this stay in place and not want to pop out. But with a stiff, consistent structure behind it, you may be able to get these closer together and still be able to pick this up effectively. Robot arms adjust less than human arms, but you can see if I push this too far, the ring wants to pop out. So maybe around 3 or 4 inches of distance between wheels is about the most you could do before it gets unstable.
Cool.
And then just for comparison, these rings are about 5 inches across. I think we started to deform this one actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how permanently that deformation lasts, but from compressing it this way, we made it into more of an elliptical shape. I don't know if you can see that. It's slight and it looks like it does want to pop back, but depending on how you pick these up, they might change shape a bit and not necessarily go back right away during the course of the game. So that's something to be aware of.
I'll get a robot pushing this. I mean, that'd be like a box or something. I'll go get a robot and we can human power it.
What's it like when a robot pushes a wobble? Yeah, we should pull in an FTC robot and show what those
I'll go
dynamics
find
look like.
drivetrain robot somewhere.
Does the cardboard platform for the 3rd level bend when the ring lands on it? Alright, let's take a look at that. So, to address the question of whether this cardboard platform bends when rings land on it, you can see what it looks like just pulling on it with a finger. The rings don't weigh very much though, so they're not going to apply a lot of force. It bounces a bit, but it doesn't really permanently deform, and it doesn't move that far. That looks like less than half an inch of deformation. So hopefully that helps. How well does the ring spin if it's compressed a bit? I think that's going to be hard to test. I'm having trouble spinning it while it's compressed, but I think that's just an artifact of the fact that I am not very good at this. I think a robot could do it better than me.
Then the gap in, are they thicker than the gap in the corner of the perimeter? No, they're not. Or?
I can see one getting pushed through here.
Okay.
It's not that hard. You have to angle it just right, but
learn something new.
That gap in the corner was bigger than this gap is. Let's try it here.
Oh.
I can see it being an issue where you could potentially get these wedged in here. Even in the smaller gap, you can get it stuck.
Yeah.
And that hasn't caused a lot of damage, but just feeling this, it's not as smooth as it used to be. It's a little more rough. I think the surface finish will get roughed up during matches, even if you're not gripping it or cracking it.
All right, we're going to simulate robot play. Oh, watch the camera. All right, so we're going to try doing this. Drivers ready. Scorekeeper ready. Referees ready. 3, 2, 1. Da-da-da-da-da! Oh, it's safe to have anything else. It's part of the autonomous. There, it did its job.
So yeah, it's pretty hard to move these walls around. They definitely want to tip over.
Let's try this again. Now, oh, you know what? Let's rotate it around so it doesn't actually flat side. All right.
It's gonna take some driver practice. Oh, look at that.
Okay. Oh.
I think we might have just solved one of the ways to control the wall roll.
So, if you want to see what that looks like, I mean, this was their last year's robot. Just kind of.
So that worked better because that wall roll was kind of stuck in a fixture that was holding it.
That little gap in there, and then wedged in the hex motors right there. So that's an option.
Something to think about.
So it kind of pushes, but let's try the flat side this robot. Let's see. Straight it. Yeah.
So you'll have to be thoughtful about what mechanism you use to control it, and I think you'll need a lot of driver practice because these wobble balls are unpredictable.
If you knock over a wobble if you push too hard.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you had to wobble of, so you put 5, I don't know, that many on there, and you're like, oh, I don't even think, Therese, did we explain the part where you have to grab them to put them over the edge?
We did a demo of that.
Okay, cool. So if you're like, knock into it, I guess this one's kind of, yeah.
So that's another thing we'll have to be careful with.
If you put, let's say you just have 3 here, because that's one side. So you do it from this side. Okay. It's a little bit more control than you just kicking it. It's still kind of weird.
So the more you put on here, the harder it gets to control. You could do a demonstration between these 2 different ones.
Okay. So I do this one. Hey, look. Oh. There you go. There. There.
Alright, let's see what else we got.
Tower made of cardboard. No. It's if you want to get a closer look.
So it's a corrugated plastic. It has a structure that's like cardboard, but this is made of plastic. So it's a little bit stiffer and hopefully a little bit more durable. All of this blue and black structure is made from that corrugated plastic. And the return chute is also made of the black corrugated plastic. It's really just the red and blue pipes holding on to the PVC that's different.
Yeah. Can you try pushing the wobble wheel near when it's in corner with the perimeter. Okay? So, robot time. Let's see. So, we'll just watch it. Oh, well. Oh no, vision target ruined. So, did that get what you want? You want to see it with rings on it? Oh, this one got stuck.
Yeah, that's what
Oh.
I think is going to be the biggest source
Oh,
of
see
damage.
this? This robot, oh, yeah, rings all over it. Okay, so. Oh, I don't have bars in the bottom. Okay, one more time. Hold that one in. Okay. So, did that get what you want?
I think there's a few more questions we missed.
Okay, yeah. Can you see if the red wheel's okay? I'm going. Cardboard platform for the third level bend when the ring lands on it.
We did that
Oh, you did that one?
Yeah. It bounces a little bit, but it doesn't really deform
Yeah.
permanently. Can we check if the rings can get squished in the gap of the robot's mechanism wheel?
Oh, okay. For this one?
Yeah.
For these Magnum wheels,
The gap's not big enough here.
yeah, I mean, we don't have to go build the ones. There's the other ones. We got these Inmark ones here. Nah, not for these. I ain't fitting in, and that's not. So I don't think I could. Nope. Not these wheels, at least. If you have the really cheap Inmark, the plastic ones, maybe, because those have less rollers on them. All right.
Oh, they also want us to try pushing the wobble ball alongside the perimeter, along the length of it.
Let's do this side. Okay. I will do it over here.
And then next, we're going to squish the rings in front of the camera.
Okay. All right. We probably got people coming in now, so repeat questions, but they're all good, folks.
Also, Brophy is raw with the slicks.
Raw with the slicks.
I don't know what that means. I think I'm too old.
This is one. Okay, you call me Brophy. You're one of my students, and I have never said that word in class. Is this Lucy Gray? You know? Okay.
So I think we want this to be closer to the edge.
Okay.
Oh. So what happens is we push it along the edge.
Okay, you got a camera, or do you want?
Yeah, I'll move this.
Okay, here we go, folks. This edge has the bars, most of them. All right. What's end game sound? This one tipped it over, but doesn't have a good flat surface in front. This one didn't, so I kind of got stuck in that corner right here.
What if we do it in reverse mode?
Yeah. Okay, watch. Let's go back. All right, this is the side that kind of grips it better, so let's pretend it's right here. Oh man, that's the side that held it real good when it kind of wedged too.
Yeah.
I could do straight,
Yeah, I think teams are definitely going to need some clever mechanisms to hold those wobbles properly.
All right, who's next?
Oh, we said we're going to squish the ring in front of the camera.
Okay, we'll do.
So, I don't know what direction you guys are looking for. That's just with a hand. I'm And then here's through the thickness. It's harder to pinch it through the thickness. It's definitely stiffer that direction. So earlier we used a yardstick and we were able to show this is about, I think it was 5/8 of an inch thick. I think we were able to get it down to half an inch or something. You can deform it a lot in this direction.
Sweet. That seemed to answer Andrew's question. All right, cool. What else we got? All right.
Nothing of the field parts are magnetic, correct? I believe that's true, except for maybe the perimeter. Is this aluminum or is this steel?
No.
So none of the game elements for this year appear to be magnetic.
Maybe sometimes the hooks on the end of those poles are. I know, but probably still aluminum.
So this structure is aluminum, so that shouldn't be magnetic. All of this is made of various forms of plastic. These nuts are also probably some form of plastic. So potentially the only things that are magnetic would be the clamps holding this in place. And then depending on what you use to set up your field perimeter, I'm not sure if this is steel or if it's aluminum. If it's steel, there's a chance it could be magnetic.
What's the terminal velocity of the ring? Over 9,000. I don't know. We'll throw it off the edge of the building. Chuck the rings of the towers. Oh.
To test their strength. That sounds like fun.
Oh. Okay, let's get a good view. Let's get this set up. Okay, get the. Okay. Okay, we're gonna see what we can do to just destroy the tower, right? I hope that's what you want.
I think destroy the ring is what they want.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Do we want a close-up view of the tower?
Can you get over here? You can get me. Okay, that's good. Oh, I'm bad. Okay, off. Jeez. Oh gosh.
It's hard.
Oh. Okay. All right. Oh.
Good job.
Oh. Okay. Still in one piece.
So the tower itself seems pretty sturdy. I don't think any of those rings took any damage either.
No.
I think unless robots try to grab onto or grab the tower is probably going to be hard to damage. And then the rings most likely will get damaged if they get caught up in robot cars.
Test the strength, both the tower and the ring. Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard. I mean, if I threw that, the top, the wobble dealie, I mean, I bet I could knock it. I don't know. It's not secured on anything except the nets. I don't know if I can knock it down with a good hit. Yeah, okay, so human players, that's a good thought. So you're not supposed to, when you launch the ring, and you're not going to be back that far, so you're going to be at that halfway through. You still, I think the limit is 5 foot height. So, how tall are those towers? Those are
4 maybe?
4.5, 4 maybe.
Well, we've got 2 yardsticks. Let's find out.
Oh yeah, there we go. So, if you're hitting human players over, how much higher than that net?
These are just shy of 4 feet tall.
Okay, so you got 5 foot. It's going to be 60 inches, or the 24 up there. Can you put your hand up at 20, or where the 5 foot is? 24 inches? Okay.
5 feet is here. 4 feet would be here.
Yeah. So, you're not supposed to go higher than 5 foot, which could hit a human player in the face. Wear your safety glasses, of course. But yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem like you can get too much force on it. And you're going to be up from this line. So, I don't know. I mean, you could probably get a lot of force right here. And they don't have a lot of time to react, so you got to be careful with that. I think the human player is supposed to be between these two right up here.
Yeah, I think the human player stands back here.
Yeah.
The blue and the red, so that they can man the ring return slot.
But if those rings start, I don't know what is there a limit on velocity? That could be,
That's a question for the FCC forum.
yeah.
We're not experts on the rules.
Yeah, no, definitely. I didn't read the manual. I'm like most of the students on my team.
Sometimes they forget to put that in the manual, so
Yeah.
it's a good question. Check if it's in the manual, and if not, don't
Yeah.
fill the forms.
You want to be, I mean, they got this net, but it's only 4 foot, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most people are going to be taller than that.
And they're probably, I mean, those, if you're trying to launch it that high, you might be coming out with good velocity, so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These are soft. They won't hurt as much as the FRC Frisbees, but I could see this bonking you in the forehead, and if it's at the right angle, it could still hurt.
There's a question, how easy can these get stuck on the return chute? So let me give you a bunch of them. And
So, right now the answer is more easily than we like, and we might have to play around with the way that we built this, but I think human players are also going to have to practice their return shots. 1, 2, 3.
oh, these are all good
Number 4
rolls.
got stuck.
Oh, she got stuck, yeah.
I'm not sure how far human players are allowed to put their arms down the chute, so that's another question to look into.
So,
But number 4 and 5 got stuck.
yeah, definitely click on that. Oh, I want to show you how I built this, because I think the red one I messed up on. So, Ken Johnson, when they did their Q&A at the official one, like people were saying, what if you get one stuck on one of these thingies? The human player can reach in and grab it under the net, like as long as the robot's 2 foot away, but look that up. One of the problems I built is, you have to put these little tabby things through these holes, and
That's what it gets stuck on.
yeah, and these tabs, like the inner tabs right here, they don't fold out well, and like, especially when I built this red one, because I did that first. So sometimes I think it just clips this thing right here, and it gets stuck. Now, I think I built this blue one better, because you know, these tabs don't stick out as much, but so.
And the blue one was performing better when we tested it earlier.
Yeah. So just be careful when building that, or I don't know. I don't see the point in needing this whole thing. I'd almost just take this clip right here and just cut that off. I mean, those are in there pretty well.
I think the only place that question would come up would be regulation field. And
Yeah.
You know, field fall, or human players allowed to stick their arms in here to free anything that's stuck.
So ask that question in the official forum, because I'd love them to answer. Like,
Even on this one, this doesn't have the tabs hanging
Yeah,
out, but I got one stuck in here.
I don't
That's
know.
the way it rolled off the bottom.
I think it like hit this like that.
Maybe.
Maybe, but then, I don't know. It's weird.
It's hard to tell what's getting them stuck.
Gotta have-
So if I make an effort to look down here as a human player and try to roll it in a centered way, that seems to work. But when I'm just tossing them haphazardly, a bunch will get stuck.
Yeah, like if you're trying to roll it and trying to hit the perimeter.
So I think human players are going to need to practice their technique. But when I'm looking down the barrel of this return chute, I'm not having as many issues as when I was just kind of tossing without looking.
Yeah, that could be an issue. Like, well, see what the forums say, see what the manual says. There's got to be a way that human players can clear it, like if you toss a ring up there, but that could be an issue. Let's see what people said. How hard to throw to get a power shot? Oh, so let's answer that again. How easy do rings get stuck in the return chute? How wearable the rings as hats? Vary. Test returning soft versus force. Okay, so let's play with the things again, because we got a new group. So the power shots, yeah.
With the little rings.
I still think people want to know how easy it is to hit.
Okay, so let's do a close-up to start.
Okay, so Alice will do this.
Alright, so let's take a look in the structure of how these are
Oh, yeah.
configured. Just so you can see, there's a lot, it's a loose fit, it's not a tight fit hole, and there's some slop from side to side. So because of that, it's not being held in place with a lot of friction. You don't have to touch it very hard to get it to flip over. I don't think they're ever going to get bound out or stuck because of friction. They're pretty wiggly.
So to build this, they got like an axle or a rod in there, and you kind of slotted channel right there going in, so a lot of room like that. I don't think you could build it. And this reset bar, like, moves really easy too. Oh, I know. Like, even a weird side hit, it's probably not. I think it would probably be very hard for a ring to hit that and not tip it.
I don't know that I'm going to have good enough aim, but we can try to test it out.
There you go.
This is an interesting kind of failure mode of the field too, where we got rings stuck up here.
Can the poles be knocked over by strongly pushing on the aluminum bar beneath them? Oh, like if you rattled that?
I don't know how first would feel about that, if they consider that to be potentially field damage.
If you just...
But let's try it and see what happens. Got 2 out of 3 in one shot. But just thinking about games past, I'm not 100% sure on this year's rules. I feel like ramming into this at high speed might be seen negatively, so that's another question to ask in the FTC forums. See what the FTC Game Design Committee thinks about that.
Yeah.
If they're okay with it, it looks like it could be a viable mechanism.
I think you're supposed to hit those from behind this white line, but I'm wondering what if, even if you use hit an onion ring on the, are those going to move those poles?
Yeah, or what if you bump this by accident?
Yeah.
You know, is
Yeah,
that a build fault? Does that knock them out of scoring? Does it count? That's a good FTC forum question.
Yeah, that's great for the forums. Please ask those when they come up. Thank you so much. Got to go next workshop. Gently versus with. How tall? Wait. Test returning soft versus with force. Did S the younger? Did we do that adequately enough, or would you like to see it again? Let us know. We kind of did a lot of rings coming through. And so we're again, please. Okay, so test soft versus hard force. And okay.
So up first, I'm gonna do some that I'm just basically gonna drop and let go without applying a lot of force. So this is what happens just dropping it, but I'm taking care to try to aim it down the center of this return shoot. And now I'm going to try to put some force on it.
This is the one probably built better.
So I think because of the force, it's causing it to bounce in the shoot more. So I'm actually not necessarily getting as clean of a throw. Some of them were kind of bouncing around in the shoot. They get stuck. So you're going to have to practice as a beginner player, find out what kind of return technique works for you. But if I try to throw this too hard, it seems to roll less evenly. They bounce more when I throw them this way too, it looks like.
Anyone in chat, like, I don't know what the rules said about when you can grab them after they return. I mean, I'm assuming you probably can't just sit a robot right up there and feed right into it, but there's probably something in the manual, or there will be something if you ask that question. After they hit the floor. Okay. After they hit the floor, you can
Then
grab
you can
them.
pick it
Okay.
up. Yeah.
That's what it says? Okay. So you can do it on like a one bounce? Oh. I guess if you, so I don't know. There was a little bit like they weren't all coming out the same way every time, but they were kind of along that line. Huh.
So for S the younger, did that demo help, or do you want us to test some other things with the ring return?
Huh. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, glad that helped. Can the poles be, oh, we answered that question.
Yeah, sweet. What else do you want to see? Anything? Oh. Well, we ran a robot on this.
You want to rip one of these apart with your bare hands?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see how strong I am. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to rip this Teresa, we need to buy more. They broke. Tell Teresa that. If you're in the workshop with her, it was an accident. Okay. It's like confetti. Oh. Okay, can't get this piece.
Try twisting it.
I'll twist it. Okay. It's like only like an inch and a half left.
Use the other one, the other half.
Okay. Oh no, it's gonna break the braces. No, don't do it. I got 1 month to go. Oh, I'll risk it. Okay, what do they taste like?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do this at home, folks.
Don't do this at home. Leave your mask on, COVID. Okay, hold on. I don't know pie. They taste like foam. Okay.
You can twist that one.
Oh, I can twist that one. Okay. See, if you twist it too much, like, you even feel like bend them in half. Okay, yeah, okay.
So when you just bend it in half once, it's okay, but we kind of bent it and flexed it around, and it started cracking. So
oh, yeah. Twisting. Why did I do this? There. So, don't do that at home. Your parents are going to be mad.
Don't do it on purpose, but that's just to demonstrate that robots might destroy them by accident.
Okay, they have to touch the floor. Which section talks about the bounce? Oh, someone was answering that. Strong, thank you.
How easily do rings get stuck in the return chute? They got stuck more easily than we wanted them to.
Yeah.
Depending on how you aim it. Let's go take a look at the inside of this return chute.
Gonna do a close-up view.
Sure.
Oh yeah, let's see. Put it in slow-mo. Just slow down time so you can watch Twitch chat very slow. Or VOD watchers, slow it down. Let's see if I get stuck. Wait. Okay, that's the wrong way. Oh, okay. Alright.
So have you guys seen tabs inside of here? That seems to be what they get stuck on. So when I was trying to be a human player and I was just kind of haphazardly tossing them down the return chute, sometimes they bounce off or hit these little tabs and get stuck in place. But when you actually look down the return chute and kind of focus on setting something centered, then they tend to behave better.
I'm gonna try. Okay. Backspin, right? Wait, wait. Yeah, good luck trying to do backspin. It's too small of a gap, really.
Let's show the back view too.
Okay. Oh, I just got that stuck. Oh.
Of course, as soon as I took the camera.
Okay. It's stuck on that side. What did it stick on? I don't think it's stuck on this side. It's stopped like right here.
I think some of it is also the curvature at the bottom here. If you throw it at the wrong angle or right, it's easy to get trapped.
That was the curvature. It couldn't have been that tap. I watched it hit right there. Wow. Come on, do it.
So hold on, put it down just so people can see the side of
Go.
the gap. So there's not a lot of extra space vertically and height in that return chute. So if you try to toss it too hard, it bounces around inside of the return chute, and it seems to be kind of more choppy when it comes out.
Yeah, I think it hit right here. Yeah, just stop or something. Almost. And final one. Okay, I give up.
So one of the questions I have, I haven't read the rules in enough detail yet, but if something gets stuck like that, I'm not sure if human players will be able to put their arm in there to get it out, or if there would be some kind of device that they're going to give with wheels that we can use to get it unstuck, or if you just have to deal with it. So someone should definitely ask that question in the XNC forum so we can find out.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to roll it this way so it doesn't have as much momentum. It probably like gets caught a little bit, and then it just doesn't get enough speed, velocity rolling down, and does something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's definitely like this. So this is like supposed to be smoothly curved, but I bet if I.
Plastic doesn't really work
Yeah, like the directions say this should be a smooth curve, but then when I'm building it, this is not smooth at all. So maybe I could take this and
Massage it.
I could massage. Oh, okay. Massage the bending a little bit. And yeah, but you're gonna go to champs. It ain't gonna be built that way.
Yeah, and your reps will probably give you a hard time if you try to give them a hard time about how to build. So.
Yeah. I need to smooth out the.
So yeah, you're definitely gonna have to practice the return technique, and it seems like if you just kind of gently roll them down, if you aim for the center, if you aim for the center and just kind of let it go, it seems to work pretty well every time.
Yeah.
But the more you try to apply spin to it or give it force, the more it starts bouncing off all these rear angles and doing things you don't want.
I would say, and from building this, so there's supposed to be these tabs that it's zip tied to on this plastic, and I'm supposed to cut holes in the fence or the mesh right there, but it never really fit very well, and what I had to do to cut. So what I would say with these things, so like if you look inside here, you see it's this area down here, it's the tab that it's zip tied to, and there's also one up here it's zip tied to. So they didn't fit very well, you have to cut a hole, and careful with building that. And I just think that some of these aren't like this, might sit like this instead a little bit more, or might be angled different. So I would say that those aren't even going to be super consistent. So if you have some strategy that, oh, this one's going to come out perfectly or within some tolerance, whatever you build at home, especially if you do the DIY, could be different.
How long did it take to build the field from opening the box to a game-ready field?
Okay, you ready for this story? So I was doing my classroom a few days this week and like bits and pieces here and there. I would say you're talking about an entire field, we have to build 2 of these. I did most of these towers solo, and then Ellen came by to help with the nets. I'd say a few hours, it probably took 3 or 4. But the thing is, like, the towers are kind of mirrored, so like when you build one, then you're fine. The other one's going to become easier. And so if you had 2 people building at the same time, like mirrored things, I think that'd be way easier. But then you got to be careful when you build the one, because certain things are supposed to be on different sides for the red side and the blue side. And I messed up that a few times because I was doing it in bits and pieces and I'd forget. And I printed out my directions in black and white and not color. So I couldn't find a color printer. So I'd say a few hours. It's a lot of zip ties here, so make sure you have they tell you the tools to get. You'll need a drill too. And a lot of zip ties everywhere. And if you mess those up, there was enough in the kit, but if you have a few extras around, that'd be cool. If you have some blue and red zip ties, it might look nicer. Black zip, that looks a little tacky. I don't know. So you could do that. What's the neat thing is like the gap right here, this is just part of the field. Like it doesn't, those are gonna have some gaps, but none of the gaps seem big enough for a ring to slip through for that goal. But that's just how it is, so yeah. Oh, and if you build this, so this mesh on the side, when you get to that last, you have to like zip tie it all around. It's like a U shape in the back. You want to get the 2 ends first to make sure it's tight, because if you do that wrong, then things are going to bunch up in weird ways. All right? So just take your time, follow the directions, maybe do it with someone else. You do red, one does blue, you'll be fine. Probably do it in 2 hours then. Then you need double the tools.
So we got some more questions. One of the questions was, can we punch the ring into the chute and see how fast it flies out?
Like just try to like send it really well? Okay. Well, so I was trying that a little bit, but if you try, like Ellen was trying to punch them with some power earlier, and they don't.
There's not a lot of space back there vertically, so if you throw it in there with too much force, it wants to bounce around inside the chute, and that actually seems to slow it down.
There's not a lot of give right here, so you can't like, if I send it right there, it's just going to hit the, I mean, I'm probably more likely just to knock it and it gets stuck like that. Yes, if you.
I think that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Just try to give it some force with your hands first.
I mean, I guess if I did some like front spin on it too, I guess if you're trying to get it to send, faster, you would want to put some front spin on it. But then, I don't know, I guess if you had practice enough, maybe you could do it. There's no way I can do it right now,
There's also a question, how high do the rings bounce?
though. Okay.
So we can do another demo of that. They bounce a couple inches depending on how high you drop them from and what orientation you drop them from.
Uh-huh. All right.
So this would be, I don't know, 3.5 feet.
Okay.
A little more to robot height. So this orientation with the small part of the ring hitting is the bouncier orientation. They drop more. If you put them circle side down, they don't drop. They don't bounce much at all. At least they don't bounce much vertically. They do sometimes move horizontally on the field.
We're about halfway in session 2, so that's why we're having repeat questions.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, no, feel free to repeat questions, fine.
We are happy to test stuff for you guys.
Yeah, and, what do we need to destroy?
We also got a question if we can toss the wobble ball over the wall into the drop zone.
Into the drop? Oh, so from the end game, you have to drop it over the side.
So, it bounces differently on the foam than it does on the concrete here. So, just so you can see on the foam, it bounces a bit on the foam. If you have rings on here, you have to be careful if you drop it on the foam side. So this is 4 rings. Depending on how it hits, sometimes the rings bounce off.
Oh.
And that was only picked up a couple of inches off of the ground. So that's not like I'm dropping it from 5 feet.
You get the trampoline double bounce, yeah.
Yeah, so this foam has a bit of bounce to it. Be careful if you're dropping it on the foam side.
So
Now we're going to do concrete.
Yeah, let's see how that
So
goes.
end game. Let's say we want to move this over the wall, but we don't have a mechanism to put it down softly. So it definitely does not bounce as much on the concrete. It hits a lot harder. We have not cracked this yet, but that is something to be careful of because FTC won't be happy if you break their wobbles. There's not much bounce on this side at all. So hopefully that answers that question.
Okay. Next question. Touch the floor first, otherwise. Oh, that was it. How long does it take to build the field?
I think that's the last question on there.
Oh, did you want? Now, was that like a toss, Yoshi Boss? I don't know. Can you toss over the end? I assume that you have to reach out and drop it, like the men, like in Relic Recovery. But I don't know. Let's see if you toss it. Let's get a good shot. Go. Here I go, right here. Boom! I don't think that works.
It doesn't seem like the best method, especially since it can roll kind of far. If there was an audience, if there's an in-person tournament,
Yeah.
I don't think the refs would think it's very safe.
What's the rule on that? Do you have to be next to the wall? Can you toss it? I haven't read the book. Someone's got to have read the manual here. Because at least in the video, they were just setting it down nicely. I didn't think you could actually toss those.
I don't think they want you to do that with a lot of force. It seems like
Yeah.
it would be a bit of a safety issue.
Definitely. That's definitely not the intention, I bet.
But that's another thing, if it's not clear in the rules, I've only skimmed them once, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but if it's not clear, I would go ask that on the FTC forum.
Okay. Is the wall plexiglass? Yes. So we're using the typical Andy Mark field. If you have the home setup, Yoshi Boss, you can first said you can kind of do what you want to do, maybe some PVC pipe things where you had just cardboard walls, or you could just make cardboard walls. They didn't specify that you have to use the official perimeter. You probably want to have some kind of perimeter because the rings can roll. If you don't have, like, if we don't have that perimeter wall, it's not like a good roll with those rings could send it like another 10, 20 feet. Launching wobble goals is not allowed. A major penalty will be assessed for violating the rule. Okay. Yeah.
That's a pretty typical first rule.
Yeah, so you can probably, I don't know if you can just like you have to set down, or you can probably just drop it.
Yeah, I could potentially see being allowed to drop it a bit, but
Yeah, so there might be a drop.
I could see how launching it is a no-no.
Yeah.
First usual rulings.
Cap on rings shot at a time, so you can only hold 3 rings at a time.
Yes.
Oh, can you just launch 3 at once? I don't know.
You can only have 3 in possession of your robot at once, I believe.
I think he's asking like, can you take those 3 and just at once?
Oh. It didn't seem like there was any rule against that, but I would ask that on the FTC forum and see what the game design committee says.
Yep, ask the forum, or maybe it says in the manual.
We're not experts yet.
Oh no. Can you toss the wobble goal? We did that. All right. What else do you need to see? Destroy things. We haven't destroyed a wobble goal yet, so sorry. Didn't destroy the tower when we were throwing things at it. I hit it with the wobble goal really good.
I think Teresa would be madder if we broke the wobble or the tower.
She would be so mad. Why are you so immature? That's what she gets. That's, COVID. This is how we adapt, folks.
But we did destroy the rings.
Oh, yes. We did it so you didn't have to. We're serving our community.
They're kind of fragile, so you'll have to be careful with them.
Yeah.
They don't seem to break interacting with the game elements, but robots could definitely damage them.
And you get 1 spare per set because you need 10 on the field, but I think you get 11. So,
Be careful.
Yeah. So you get 1 extra. Otherwise, you got to make another order. And if you think you need extras, I don't know if they'll be back ordered by Andy Mark, but it's one of those things that they don't know how much is actually going to be ordered this year. It's so weird with that home stuff. So.
Yeah.
If you think you need some extras.
I would probably buy at least 2 sets if I were running a team. They seem like they'll get broken pretty easily, so I would want backups.
Yeah, and especially like you're talking March QTs, if you want your least messed up ones, if that matters for your matches, that might be a big thing. What's the tournament provided tool for the human player to remove rings from the shoot with? They said there's a tournament provided tool?
That's what it says in GS7 Part 2. Or no, that was in a different one.
It's the last comment.
GS4. So yeah, we don't know yet, but my guess is it would be some kind of like a stick or ruler type thing.
Yeah.
I would ask that on the FTC forum and see what direction the game design committee gives.
Yeah, they might say a yardstick or a ruler.
Yeah, if it's up to us, just based on what we've been playing with, it seems like a ruler or a wood dowel or something like that would make sense. You probably don't want to stick your arms in there. The plastic's kind of scratchy. My arms aren't that big, and I scratched them up a little, so.
I don't think they'd want you to reach around the front either.
Yeah,
so
they don't want you to come into contact with robots and stuff.
So probably like a stick. I don't know, old PVC pipe from last year's game.
Yeah.
We get one of the Skystone bridges we just throw in there.
Something like that, or a wooden dowel, or a ruler, yardstick. Tournament provided stick.
A tournament provided tool. A stick.
I think it's just going to be whatever the school has lying around.
Yeah.
But we can see what first headquarters says about that.
It may be the FTA. Just reaching in.
Sacrifice the FTA.
Yeah. Hey, can you fix it? Okay. Hey ref, can you reach in here and grab it? Okay.
We'll have to recruit refs with small arms.
Yeah. just jiggle it out. There we go.
It's part of the ref training. Stick your arm down your chute.
Here's your tournament provided tool. Here, just there.
That works too.
There. All right.
What else can we do for you today?
Yeah, it's getting closer to the end. You know, I thank you for being here for our session. You could have been here for any other session. You could have learned how the season goes or how to CAD.
This was more fun.
Yeah, like we destroy things in here. How many things did Teresa destroy? Maybe your hopes and dreams of a traditional QT.
Or the league meet structure.
Or, yeah, your hopes and dreams for a league meet. We destroyed onion rings. I want onion rings from Doubles.
That's a good idea for an off-season competition, to play this game with actual onion rings.
Oh my god. And then we gotta get
off-season this summer, that's what we're gonna do. At the Palmdale Aerospace Academy.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in the Antelope Valley.
Oh, well, we'll do it.
Lot.
No, we gotta do it at like Outback Steakhouse. They have the bloomin' onions. And so you can have that sauce on there and you just like, it's, every time you score one, you get like dip. Oh, that sauce is so good. Don't look at the calorie count though, just don't.
Can we create the image from the game manual appendix?
E? Oh, so like how the field is, I don't know.
Can we recreate it?
Can you paste it in chat? Do I have to look it up?
I could try to pull it up on my computer.
Oh, we can pull it up on this guy. Here.
But you guys might be faster than us. If you have the image up, copy paste it for us.
Yeah, copy paste it, or I'll pull it up on the other thing. Let's go. Let's see, work computer. People, emails. Oh, I forgot school tomorrow. Isn't that gross? Okay, a game manual.
You're a teacher. I don't think you're supposed to say that.
Oh wait, no, I love teaching. I don't even have, do I have a lesson ready for tomorrow? Oh boy, of course I do. I try so hard.
You teach calculus, right?
Oh yeah.
So you can give them the area, the dimensions of these onion rings and have them calculate the volume using calculus.
Yeah. The area, the volume, we'll do the area between the curve and you have to graph the functions, the top and the bottom, or the circle. And you have to, we'll give you the differential form of a circle and we will do some integration. Oh wait, what did you say? Appendix? I lost track. E.
Appendix E.
Okay, wobble goal.
Is that
this thing. Here we go, the wobble goal. With the onion rings on it. It's like the bloomin', the bloomin' onion, the awesome blossom.
So with that question to recreate what's in game manual appendix part E, are you asking to see like how many you can stack stability wise, or are you asking something else? Because I'm just gonna start stacking them up. Can you move the camera?
Oh yeah, what's that?
So we did this a little earlier, and the more you stack, the more difficult it gets to stack them. So let's say I'm a robot that is not very precise, so I'm just kind of tossing them on here. We're up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you're playing with a half field, you're only going to have 10 game pieces. So this would be the most you could stack if you used every game piece. But let's say you're on a full field, you manage to wrangle some from the opposing alliance. We're up to 12, 13, 14, and I'm past the height of the stem.
Can you make it look the same with the rings in the identical orientation? All right.
All right, we can try that.
Okay, we're both going to try. We're going to see who does it better.
This is going to be kind of hard.
Okay, so I'm looking at it right now.
So it looks like there's 4 on there and then 1 propped up.
1, and then 1 like that, and then all right, and then kind of like 1 off but kind of centered, and like another 1 on it, and then 1 is positioned like this. And then 1 is like clamped right here, and then but it's like this, and then 1's on the edge. Oh yeah, you did too. There you go.
Twisting this around, so it looks like what they're saying scoring wise is this one doesn't count, and then there was a different one in contact with a robot that wouldn't count, but like this thing that's not on the stem but is still fully supported would count, and it looks like this one counts too, even though it's not on the stem.
Okay. There we go.
So yeah, this is definitely possible.
Huh. Oh, D even counts. It's hang on the edge and kind of.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's only the one that was touching the floor
So,
that does not count, and the one that was touching a robot.
you guys have read the manual, so like, end game, you gotta take this over and put it across the edge, and can you keep these on? And does everything count? Like it's like 25 points from getting over, and then having the onion rings on it? Whatever we call the onion rings, that's what they're, oh gosh.
We definitely need an off-season with onion rings.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna actually have onion rings.
Both as game pieces and like sell them as concessions. Or that's just part of your entry prize. You know, you pay your entry fee and here's your 10 packs of onion rings for your team members.
Just bring a deep fryer right there in the pits. Fresh onion rings.
We called it first. No other region came up with this idea.
Yeah.
It was invented here in the Antelope Valley with LAFTC.
That's right. Clip it. Send it to Dean and Ken. Right. Where are we at? 318. Do you intake the wobble with the red wheels? Oh, like intake using the compliant ones.
What happens if we get the ring stuck on the power shot, like traditional ring toss? Can a human player take it off?
Oh, so they answered that in the video, in like the official reveal yesterday, Ken Johnson did. If you want a camera or so you mean like you get it stuck on where, like you're such a good shot here, you get it stuck right here on the ring, right? There. So Ken said that there's some rule that when the robots are away, you can reach your hand under, the human player can pick it off. But check the manual on that. So you don't get points or anything, you just get points for knocking it over. But if you end up hooking it up here, it's just going to make a good video. You get style points. You get the crowd cheering. But nothing else. Doesn't help you win. Oh.
I think that's another off-season adjustment we can make.
Yeah, I think you should have to score on
Ring
those.
toss.
Yeah, those should count for 1,000,000 points. You just turn this into ring it up, but just way more power shots. Like that'd be good like accuracy shots. You gotta shoot it behind the white line. Or maybe that's the human player that gets to play. Maybe there's a human player that gets to be audience side in like end game, and whatever rings come over in the wobble goals, you get to try launching.
I think we've got the idea for an off-season brewing.
Oh, they actually clipped it. Someone clipped on my channel. Thank you. Thank you, Windsor Schuster. Thank you.
Bonus points to you.
Welcome all my viewers. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow. It helps the channel here. Also Twitch Prime. Subscribe, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I don't think I have those yet. Just keep viewing till I get partnered. And then I can collect Twitch bounties.
Sponsored by all the restaurants that make onion rings.
Yeah. You know, your favorite streamers right now, they're trying to stream Among Us. Can you like get me to join one of their games so I can leech their viewers? And then we can get to sponsorship, yeah. Yeah, I gotta get enough viewers. Building this channel up. Times are tough nowadays. It's all this virtual stuff. Let's just stream Among Us. Starting any of my students here, we're doing it Friday during bridge. Do you know what Among Us is? It's have you ever played these games where like you get like 10 people and like so you're on this ship and there's 8 of them are crewmates and 2 are imposters. You got to complete tasks and you have to like vote out the imposters. So but you don't know who it is and the imposters are trying to eliminate everyone else. So it's like a game and then you get on voice chat and you're just accusing each other of being imposters.
That sounds fun.
It is. Okay, we're gonna do that. One of these. Okay, folks, get on this Discord. We're gonna do this as a region because we do robotics here, but we also build culture. And this is important. It's free on mobile, I think. but like $5 on Steam. All right. Super off topic there. Some, like, if the parents on the channel are like, what is he talking about?
Do you guys have other field questions or game element questions?
Yeah, we're getting a little loopy here. If you have real questions, this is your chance. This video isn't reversed. Yeah, there's no sub button. Yes, it is. Thank you. Oh, audio's come from here. All right, I don't see questions. And this thing is supposed to end. I mean, we go till we're done. But we're about, oh, it's about now. Well, probably at 3:30 it's probably supposed to end, so. Thank you, everyone. We'll chill like an extra 5 minutes or so. We're here. What do you want? No, I got 15 viewers. Type 1 in chat if you're actually paying attention. I do this in my classroom. Okay, real question.
Is the wobble goal hollow in the middle or weighted? So, I think you're talking about inside this half dome plastic structure, it is hollow. It's not weighted. So this thing's pretty lightweight. I think someone else measured it, said the official weight is 9 ounces. That seems about right. It's pretty light. It weighs less than a pound. So inside this area, there are no weights or sand or anything inside. It's just empty. You've got this plastic half dome kind of structure, and then you've got this red or blue alliance lid type of thing on top. There's nothing in there.
I think the bottom, there's a little bit of weight inside when I had to build this, put this. You'll see it if you look at the assembly guide, you'll see a better drawing.
But it's not totally full.
No, it's mostly, yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty wobbly, pretty lightweight. I think because it's lightweight, it's more wobbly.
And the pole's just hollow PVC, little rubber cap on it. Yeah, get that order in for those. You'll definitely need a set, so. And so you can, on solo play, you can score both of the wobble goals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. People are wondering that, like, I guess it's like the dudes from Relic Recovery, the yellow dudes. One person could score both of those, but I think it had to be like end game or something.
Yeah. So these you can only put outside the field in end game. I remember reading that. As for whether in the solo play mode you can score both for your alliance, I would look in the manual and take that to FTC forum. Don't quote me on that answer. I'm not an expert yet.
Not at the same time, though. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I do remember reading that you can't maneuver two of the wobble goals at once. That makes sense.
Can you put the rings on the wobble goals before end game? Some of you that read the manual, I didn't know that.
Yeah, are you smarter than us, audience?
I'm curious. I'm asking you questions now. This is the.
Have you studied the rules?
Yeah, we're testing you.
I will eventually, but I've only skimmed the rules so far.
Get ready for the Kahoot right here. Yeah, I don't know. I was watching the video. I was kind of wondering on that. I don't know. I think most of the chat is dead, but I appreciate that they stay in the channel because that does help my average viewer count to get a subscription button. Thank you.
Someone replied with number 2 when you said a type 1 listening. One person was listening.
So that's.
And someone else has been responding to questions too. So I think you've got 2 active viewers right now.
Thank you, Yoshi Boss. I'll remember you. I can make you a mod.
And S the Younger.
Yeah, S the Younger. Thank you. You can be mods. Not at this time, but. May not place rings into wobble goals except during the end game. Thank you so much. Oh, someone reads the manual.
I thought we checked that on Friday when we were setting up the field.
I think we were talking about it and like I was like, oh man, I should look at that, and then I was like, yeah.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, that makes sense though. I think we were asking like, can like some robot just start stacking those during the whole game? But only the end game, huh? Huh, that's interesting.
So they definitely only get scored during endgame, but it looks like GS9 says that you can't put them on there until the endgame.
Got it. So weird.
Yeah, that seems kind of lame. I think it'd be more fun if you started stacking them up earlier.
You could like hoard them.
Don't tell the game design committee I said that.
Yeah. Can't.
It's just a different strategy.
And if you like hit the other person's wobble goal, you probably get like 1 million penalties, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that'd make it tricky because they're not that stable, so
Yeah.
you could accidentally tip it.
I mean, they're gonna be so if you're 2v2 over here. I mean, it's a nice open field. I like that. It could be good for viewers, good for audience view. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, the wobble goals might start in those corners, but you're gonna be cross play shooting at the goals. I mean, unless you're always aiming for high.
It seems like it's going to be a fun game.
Yeah.
Especially if we get back to the point where COVID is in a position where we can play in person. I think it'll be fun to have
Yeah.
Red versus Blue Alliance play.
That'll be fun to watch. So, even though we're remote, I imagine at some point we'll get to play in person. Will it be?
With the season getting extended for championship to be over the summer, it might be possible.
Yeah. I mean, our LA champs, I don't know, but we've got to have some event that's in person sometime.
The Onion Ring scrimmage over the summer.
Yeah.
Off season. The more I say this, the hungrier you get.
I know. Fresh onion rings. Well, and you could have some of that stuff that happened in recovery where teams finish. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If everyone stacked those, they kind of hoard the onion rings.
Yeah, I guess I can see maybe why the game design committee set it up that way. Because you could kind of ruin the game if you hoarded them all early on.
Yeah. And you can't really hoard at the human stations. You're supposed to put those out there pretty quickly. Little delay. I'm just going to leave this up for a while. So that's too lazy to put that field away. Well, folks, I think we're out of serious questions. Any not serious questions? Or you might just end the stream soon.
Well, if there are more serious questions or questions about interpretation of the rules, I know I've said this a lot of times, but you should go post them on FTC forum. You can get an official game design committee answer, and then we'll all know. We'll all learn from that.
Yeah. All right. Well, see you later.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had fun.
Robot
We had fun.
under the ring delivery hole. Oh, you want me to see if I can deflect things? Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Can you see it? Kind of. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Ugh. There it goes. It catches them all. I don't think you can do that though. They got to bounce once. Someone said earlier. But whoa, they got stuck.
Yeah.
That's the issue we were coming up before. It's that weird bend in the cardboard. Oh, that was your approved tournament stick.
My arm is thick as something, right?
Yeah. That's good to know. All right, we did it. Do you interpret it as the robot touching the ground, the white line? I haven't read GS12. Do you interpret it as the robot touching the ground behind the white line, but can send over the line, or cannot break the vertical plane?
Those are usually written as can't break the plane.
Yeah, usually that's like you have to be behind the line to shoot, right? It's probably vertical plane.
That's usually how First does it, but we are not experts yet, so we'll read the rules.
Yeah.
If the rules aren't clear, ask on FTC forums.
Yep, forums. Don't ask us.
I think that monologue is my version of the like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. That has not crossed into any part of the define. Okay. Cool. All right, folks. Thank you, everyone.
It's gonna be a fun game.
See you later. Last words? No. We're just putting things away. It's time. Yeah, double check. I don't know what part of that. Which field marker is your favorite? There's field markers? What do you mean? I don't know. Which field marker? What color is my favorite? Blue game or red game? I don't know.
Or like the tape?
Okay. Oh, the pictures.
Oh.
Which one's my favorite? It's that one in the corner. It's just got random junk on it.
Sports one? No, I kind of like the team picture.
Yeah. The soccer, football, basketball, volleyball. I like watching volleyball.
They all look happy. They're a team.
Yeah. And then that's just a bunch of junk over there. Looks like my classroom. Jeez. No. And then these are a bunch of hands. Runners or something?
That's like the huddle, the pre-match huddle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, gracious professionalism. Okay. I like volleyball. It's got its bursts of moments. Then you can like be on your phone in between rounds. All right, we're going to end the stream. Thank you.